Woody Allen was born as Allen Konigsberg on December 1st, 1935. Although having always been described as both funny and intelligent, he had little interest in school and was often mistreated by his peers. His parents wanted him to become a pharmacist, but his passion was in jazz. His parents did understand creativity, however, as they owned a theater in Brooklyn, which could have been the starting point of his future career in film. Woody began playing the clarinet at a young age, playing in a local cafe where he continues to play to this day. He admits that he has always wanted to be a professional clarinet player, even more than his career as a filmmaker. This passion for jazz has contributed to his success in filmmaking, however, as it has given rhythm, expression, and emotion to his films. Along with his passion for jazz, at the age of 16, a schoolmate suggested that Woody start to write gags. He was published in newspapers under the alias of Woody Allen, the first name that came to mind. Woody began writing up to 50 jokes per day for various comedians, as well as radio and TV shows, launching his career as a stand-up comedian. At the age of 29, Woody's screen career began with What's New Pussycat. Although a great success, Woody believed that the director had messed up his script. He then began the trifecta of writing, directing, and acting in his own films to have complete control, skills which he learned from a book called How to Direct. His first directed movie was Take the Money and Run, and launched his career as a filmmaker. New York City could be considered a muse for Woody. You can see this in his film Manhattan, which is Woody's romanticized view of New York. Even though Manhattan was named Best Picture, Woody did not like the film and believed that at that point in his life, he should be able to produce something greater. If not, they should not give him money to make more movies, showing how truly critical he is of himself. However, after Manhattan, the audience was ready to follow Woody anywhere, which brought him to take his work to an international level in both England and Spain. This was a shock to audiences who were used to seeing Woody producing and directing films in New York. Close friends have said, however, that the very geography of the world inspired Woody just as much as New York inspired his first movies. Woody was first known as a comedian, but always had the desire to be taken seriously. He enjoys writing the tragedies of reality, then comedy, because he finds that it directly confronts reality without diminishing its impact with gags. This was seen in his 1977 film, Annie Hall, when he sacrificed laughs for a story about human beings. This, paired with Woody's humor, rewrote the rules of production of comedies in the industry. Along with such themes, many of Woody's films often incorporate themes of the unresolved aspects of reality, such as relationships, loneliness, and the meaning of existence, which is clearly seen from the still from the film Annie Hall. This boy is definitely not impressed. In the late 1980s, Woody experienced a succession of poorly received films that came across as pale emulations of Allen's artistic hero, Ingmar Bergman. Although actors' performances assisted in some success, all signs seemed to indicate that Allen had completely lost his touch. At the time, it could be blamed that Allen was writing at least one film per year. In 2005, Woody made Match Point, a dark and suspenseful film noir set in London, which critics hailed a surprising rebirth. Whether he drew inspiration from the location, subject matter, or the actors, Allen created a film that felt truly alive for the first time in 16 years. In Scarlett Johansson, he found a new muse to set alongside Diane Keaton, Mia Farrow, and Diane Wiest. Woody explored many themes through his muses. After meeting Diane Keaton, he began to see things differently and started to write from the female perspective rather than from the comedic male perspective that he always has done. He eventually became more interested in this form of writing because he believed it gave deeper strength to his movies and brought out his extreme sensibilities. Although he has written some of the best female characters in film history, he never thought he could make lots of money in the box office, until Midnight in Paris in 2011, which he called a happy accident. Woody has always done movies for himself and the people who like them. He recognizes that they are not for everyone, but he is not afraid to fail, and he has never cared about commercial success. His recent movies are both humorous and serious, giving the feeling of a more substantial and accomplished film. The most recent, Blue Jasmine, was a large success. The roles in this film highlight Woody's appreciation for women and also highlights his belief that films with strong female leads are just as noteworthy as those with male leads. Woody's female characters, however, have also become depicted as more neurotic and manipulative, which can be seen as a parallel to his recent public sex scandal. This secret relationship with his partner Mia Farrow's adopted daughter, Soon-Yi Previn, the subsequent public ordeal, and the custody battle with Farrow over their children traumatized the always private director. However, he has a unique ability to compartmentalize his life. He was able to continue shooting while dealing with the trial. Woody's filmmaking processes can also be described as strange. He generally doesn't like to be present during the casting. Besides a brief introduction, the process is left to his casting director. He also prefers handwritten letters to phone calls, and he will offer actors parts in his films through this method. He insists on having scripts for his films hand-delivered to the actors. He also has a reputation of firing them, which he has done past halfway through the film. He also has a chaotic and unruly way of writing his scripts. However, it has been said that nobody has the same brain power, tenacity, and so much to say about life continuously than him. He selects his feature films from a collection of ideas written on stacks of paper and types them on a typewriter he purchased for $40 at 16 years old. Although his production processes seem complicated, his vision is one of simplicity. His films are successful even without modern-day special effects or gadgets. He is able to use a camera to create meaning and beauty in his scene. He also uses surprise and anticipation to build curiosity of what is next to come. He is not contained to only one specific genre or vision. Another important part of Woody's character is his aversion to participating in the promotion of his events or films. He doesn't see it as necessary and doesn't believe that publicity helps the movies. He even missed an Academy Award show where he had 4 nominations in order to play jazz in his cafe. However, he tries to enjoy himself while he is there. Woody's roles are often award-winning, perhaps because he believes in his actors' instincts. He gives them freedom to blossom creatively through allowing improvisations. However, he can be often seen as impatient on a set through directions of make it up, speed up, or we've got to move along. Actors have described him as the least director of directors. Despite any shortcomings, actors continuously hope to receive a role in one of his films. When they do, they give their best performance. His contributions have not only made an impression on the audience who views them, but also the industry that gives his work existence. Although he's seen great success, he remains humble and driven in perfecting his talents. He has once said, "The only thing that stands between greatness and me is me."